My name is Steen, and I'm professor of pathology at Harvard Medical School and director of proteomics here in the Department of Pathology at Boston Children's Hospital. I got into protein mass spectrometry 30 years ago, before the word proteomics existed. So my first endeavor, or my first projects in the world of protein mass spectrometry were in Simon Gaskell's lab at the University of Manchester Institute of Science and Technology in '95, and then I moved on, did my PhD with Matthias Mann, did a postdoc with Steen², and then I've been here at Boston Children's Hospital for 20 years now. And my lab is specialized in body fluid proteomics with particular emphasis on translational and clinical proteomics. As I mentioned, my lab is specialized in high throughput body fluid proteomics, and the high throughput aspect came into my lab with the COVID pandemic. So that set the stage for a lot of the work in the area of infectious diseases. We have done studies on COVID, obviously, but also on Ebola, Lyme disease, herpes virus infections, and HIV infection, for instance. But other diseases that we are particularly interested in are inflammatory diseases affecting children, pediatric patient population in particular, thus Boston Children's Hospital. But my basic research question is the immune system development of neonates, of either preterm or term babies.
So I would say the fact that the gradients are pre-made, and also there's hardly any time lost between two successive runs in the Evosep systems. Like one run gets over and the next starts almost instantly. It saves a lot of time between the two runs, which you don't see in the other LC systems that people usually work with.
The Evosep system was a game changer for us. At the beginning of COVID, the NIAID had reached out to me whether I could be part of a large-scale COVID project, and they wanted me to analyze 10,000 plasma samples. At that time, 10,000, nobody had ever done anything like that. And so we tried it with another LC system. It didn't work at all. Then we very quickly moved over to the Evosep system, and that was a game changer because suddenly it became possible to analyze 100 samples a day, every day, day in and day out, so that we ended up analyzing close to 5,000 samples as part of that study. And I don't think we could have done it with any other LC system but the Evosep. So the Evosep, I think, has two major advantages. It is its robustness. It just runs and runs and runs. And I remember when Evosep launched, they said kind of 100 times the robustness. I can certainly attest to it that the amount of time that my lab members have to spend troubleshooting is clearly in the 1 to 5% of what they used to spend on older LC systems. So that was a major game changer. And then the other aspect is just routinely, day in and day out, being able to run 100 samples a day. That was just, again, something unheard of at that time, especially for this low flow rate. So I don't think we could have done any of the high throughput work that we have been doing in the lab since 2020 without the Evosep.
I would say the reproducibility in terms of the separation of the peptides between samples is also something really commendable. You hardly see any shift in the retention times of the peptides that get eluted between the successive samples. Another key aspect that I would like to mention here is the fact that there's very little or no carryover that we come across between the successive runs. So this saves us time by not requiring the need to run blanks between two samples. So it's almost like so there's the saying that you say that time is money, right? So the more time we save, the more cost effective the approach becomes. So I would say Evosep has done a great job in that regard. If you are looking for a complete package that would save you time, save you the headache of what should I say, non-reproducibility of LC setup or LC gradients, and also the headache of contacting customer representatives to get your issue sorted, then yes, I would definitely recommend Evosep as a alternative. Yeah.
Anybody who wants to do high throughput proteomics, I think, has to use the Evosep at the moment. There's nothing else out there that provides the robustness, the ease of use, and the throughput that the Evosep at the moment provides day in and day out for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of samples. So if you're interested in high throughput proteomics, go with the Evosep.